The woman used to be a top-tier assassin, capable of taking a life from 1,000 meters away. Yet she endured her mother-in-law treating her like a servant without any resistance, forced to wash and chop endless greens every single day. Her name is Bona. She and Taeseong are not just a loving couple, but also devoted parents. They raise their only daughter in good health and happiness. The three of them live happily each day, brimming with hope for the future. Before heading off to work, Taeseong kisses his daughter and Bona reluctantly, promising to get off work on time that night to celebrate Bona's special day. After dropping their daughter off at school, Bona accepts an invitation from the mothers group for coffee. The other mothers gossip about another woman who juggles work and childcare, constantly running off her feet. Though they claim to feel sorry for her, deep down they envy the woman for being able to keep working after having a child. As the conversation intensifies, they begin to argue that young children need constant company, and leaving them to go to work amounts to irresponsible parenting. They try to pull Bona into their complaints, but she replies calmly, "I see." It dawns on the other mothers that Bona was once a working mother. She has stayed home to care for her child full-time over the past 3 years, simply on parental leave. After parting ways with the gossipy mothers, Bona receives a summons from her mother-in-law and heads to the fried chicken shop the older woman runs. Her mother-in-law complains that her cooking is poor, claiming she only feeds her son and granddaughter vegetarian food. Though she offers to give Bona some side dishes, she actually treats her as free labor, ordering her to shred an entire basin of vegetables. Her sister-in-law cannot stand by and speaks up, reminding the mother-in-law that today is Bona's final day of leave. Knowing Bona has to return to work tomorrow, she is deliberately putting chores on her, arguing she has never forced Bona to do anything, that Bona volunteers for all the work. A neighbor hears Bona is about to go back to work and praises her for earning money alongside Taeseong to support the family. The mother-in-law scoffs again, saying Bona only works at a small company with a pitiful salary. The neighbor then tells her a restaurant on the commercial street ahead is about to close down, as the landlord suddenly tripled the rent, clearly trying to drive the tenants out. If the mother-in-law wants to keep her fried chicken shop running, she had better send gifts to the landlord soon. Bona has no idea what the others are discussing. After seeing a supermarket discount alert, she hurries there to grab bargains. She rises and spins the kitchen knife in her hand coolly, instantly revealing her peerless knife skills. The small cabbage moves like a toy in her hands, sliced into evenly thin shreds in a flurry of cuts. When the mother-in-law walks into the room, Bona has already left. She is about to berate her daughter-in-law for slacking off, only to look down and see the entire basin of vegetables fully chopped. Bona arrives at the supermarket and catches the male supervisor harassing a female staff member. To punish the lecherous man, she casually hurls an onion. That evening, Taeseong works as a journalist. He fails to get home on time as he investigates a narcotics story. Staring at the carefully prepared meal, Bona cannot help feeling disappointed. The planned celebratory dinner falls through. Still, she understands Taeseong is a responsible, ambitious man dedicated to his career, and comforts their equally upset daughter, telling her father is a good man. The next morning, Bona drops her daughter off at school and officially returns to the workplace. She looks up at the Kdrama Electronics building, where she has not set foot for 3 years. Smiling, she walks in with poise and confidence. Her colleagues have already prepared a welcome reception. Her team lead embraces her excitedly, relieved the team's ace is finally back. After brief small talk, the lead immediately assigns Bona a task: attend a client meeting. Agent Key promptly handed over the client documents. After skimming through the materials, Bona immediately objected to meeting the client at night and insisted on rescheduling the meeting to daytime. The team lead assumed she believed daytime operations would be more advantageous. Little did he know her actual reason was something else. Once she received approval from the lead, Bona drove to the designated location. Agent Key was tasked with tracking the target's movements and reporting updates to her via headset at all times. This was her first mission in 3 years. Bona knew everyone worried her skills had deteriorated, and she could easily imagine what they were thinking. She took the elevator to the top floor, pulled a sniper rifle out of a case and aimed at the client inside a room in another building over 1,000 meters away. She squeezes the trigger and hits the target with pinpoint accuracy. The team lead took off his headset and smiled in approval, commending Bona for retaining her formidable skills. Kdrama Electronics was merely a front. The sales team Bona worked for was actually a professional assassin syndicate, and Bona was its unmatched top sniper. Over a decade ago, on Christmas Day, a younger Bona lay in wait more than 1,000 meters away and fired a shot to save a little girl who was nearly beaten to death by her father. Orphaned at an early age, Bona once thought she would spend her whole life as an assassin. That was until she met Taeseong. Taeseong fell for her and confessed sincerely. He did not know whether Bona was her real name, where she was born, how she grew up, or what she truly did for a living. Even so, he was irresistibly drawn to her. His passionate, genuine affection touched Bona's lonely heart after years of solitude. It was her first time falling in love, and she gradually built a happy family alongside Taeseong. After finishing the mission, Bona instantly shifted from a cold-blooded assassin to an ordinary mother and rushed to pick up her daughter from school on time. Taeseong had stayed out all night the previous evening and knew he was in the wrong. He tried every way possible to make amends. Watching her husband's silly antics, Bona could not hold back her laughter, and all lingering resentment faded away. While Taeseong took a shower, Bona suddenly received a message. The sender reported that the tenant running Taeseong's fried chicken shop hoped to visit in person. After being turned down, the tenant offered to send a gift and asked how to proceed. Bona instructed straightforwardly, politely decline any gifts from the tenant of Taeseong's fried chicken shop. The fried chicken shop in question was the one run by her mother-in-law. No one suspected that the landlord her mother-in-law strove so hard to please was none other than the daughter-in-law she constantly belittled, Bona herself. After work the next day, Bona stopped by a flower shop to buy a bouquet. The florist knew her secret identity and feared that if Taeseong learned the truth, the peaceful life she had built would collapse completely. Bona recalled every precious memory with Taeseong and confirmed her deep love for her husband and daughter. She would never let Taeseong witness her dangerous alter ego, and she would guard this hard-won happiness at all costs. Just then, a news report aired: a long-distance sniper attack had taken place in central Seoul. A man staying at a hotel was killed by a bullet fired from outside the building. Some suspected the incident marked the return of the infamous serial sniper known as Kingfisher, who had vanished 4 years prior. Upon hearing the news, Taeseong shot to his feet and glanced at the family photo on his desk. Meanwhile, Bona received 2 surreptitiously taken photographs. One captured the 3 of them walking happily along the street. The other showed herself lying concealed on a building rooftop, holding a sniper rifle during a mission.